Hey guys, it's Monday night and it's day 6. Here in a little while, the RN's going to come in and hook up Chrissy's last bag of chemo. And sometime around midnight, 1 o'clock, Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on how you look at it, they're going to unhook her last bag and she'll be done with it, at least for now. The doctor came in today. His name is Dr. Donnellan. Oh yeah, sorry. Chrissy doesn't want to be on camera tonight. She isn't feeling good, and she's self-conscious and thinks she doesn't look very good either. But she's gorgeous. Dr. Donnellan came in today, and he said the results came back from the biopsy. And he had good news. And just so all of you know, this was the first good news we had had in weeks. He said the type of acute myeloid leukemia that she had, which I don't know if you say type or category, is favorable. There's three kinds: favorable, intermediate, and unfavorable. The reason that that's important is if it's favorable, that means that usually all they have to have is chemo. They don't have to have a bone marrow transplant. Now, he said that the type that she had was a mutation of, let me say it correctly, it is a mutation of the NPM1 gene, I guess. Is that right? Is it a gene?
So where one of my stem cells hit or spreaded, and then it just happened to cause leukemia.
He said that it was where one of the cells split and it mutated, and then from there it kept mutating over and over and over. But he said that type of mutation is very susceptible to chemo, and they have a 60% success rate through the first round of chemo. Now, I know that doesn't sound like the best odds, but 60% is a lot better than if it was unfavorable, because unfavorable means it's usually a genetic. That means that leukemia runs in the family, and that means that they'll do a few rounds of chemo, and then once everything's killed off, they'll have to go in and do a transplant and hope for the best.
That means finding a donor.
And that means finding a donor, which most of the time it's the siblings that donate. If not, there's a donor bank they go by. So if anybody's watching this and you ever want to become a bone marrow donor, check with your local cancer center, check with the Red Cross, and you can become a, they won't take it then, but you can be put in the bank registry, I think is what it's called. And if you're ever needed, they can call you up then. But what he said, hopefully this round of chemo will take care of it, and it's a 60% success rate. So let's say out of 100 people, 40 people, it doesn't work the first round. So they get a second round of chemo 2 weeks after that one's over. So out of those 40 people, there's another 60% success rate in the second round of chemo. So out of those 40 people, I don't know what 60% of 40 is off the top of my head, but we'll say more than 20, because 20 is half, are completely cured with that round of chemo. Now, she still will have to go through 4 more months of, is it chemo? 4 more months of, it's a type of chemo where she'll have to come back up here to Nashville and get medicine for 6 days and for 3 hours a day. So she'll come up here to the institute that day for 3 hours. They'll give her the bag of chemo, and then she'll have to stay. They won't have her in the hospital. They'll put her in or us.
Center.
I'm sorry?
It's called a Hope Center.
It's called a Hope Center. Or didn't he say one of the local hotels? Some people stay at hotels.
Yeah.
And she'll do that for 3 hours, and then we'll go back to the hotel. She'll come back that morning. They'll draw blood, and then they'll do it again. And then she'll go back to the hotel, and then she'll come back the next morning and do it again. we found out today for sure that she's not going to be working for a long time.
So we still have a long road ahead of us.
Yeah, we still got a long road ahead of us. It's at least 6 months. He said she won't be working, and she doesn't need to be out in public a whole lot. She needs to really worry about getting sick, because it does kill your immune system. They came in today, one of the nurses wearing a mask, and said, you wasn't making it easy on us, because they did a little nose culture and said that she had the rhinovirus. And she's been fighting this for a week. She's been fighting the common cold for a week. That's how bad it is. Most of us get a cold, in a few days it's over with. But for a week, she's had a cold, and they just found out today that it was just regular old rhinovirus. But anyway, I'm going to make her get on camera tomorrow night, because it'll be the last bag. This is day 6 of chemo. And she's going to get a bag. No, wait. You'll get a bag tonight, and this will be the last bag tonight, won't it?
No, I get a bag Tuesday night.
You get a bag Tuesday night. Okay, I'm sorry. There'll be this bag you get tonight, and then Tuesday night they'll get another bag. So this is day 6, right?
Yes.
Even though she'll be getting the 6th bag tonight, this is day 6. And she'll get the 6th bag tonight, and tomorrow night she'll get the 7th bag, which is day 7, but because of when they're putting the bags on, it'll overlap into day 8. So anyway, we're going to continue making videos through this, so she can look back on them. If you wonder what I'm looking at, I keep looking at her. So she can look back on them someday, some of her kids can watch them someday, so that somebody who's going through this right now can have somebody to relate to. Or if you don't know what's about to happen and you've been told you have leukemia, that you know what's going on. But we'll keep doing this.
Yeah.
It's a good therapy, I think. Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
And that way also everybody can know what she's battling. And today was a good day, wasn't it? She napped a little bit. She wasn't too nauseous today. I went and got her Buffalo Wild Wings, which made her happy, and Krispy Kreme donuts. And one of the nurses said, if you want to know the way to the nurses' hearts, if you want to do something so nice for them, bring them food.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could not believe, I didn't believe when I gave them some just donuts from Krispy Kreme, that they went completely bananas over them.
Hey, I work in the medical field, so I know what it's like to get free food.
Free food's always
Especially
good.
when you don't have a minute to do anything else, go grab something that's nice enough to bring you.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow night, and continue praying for Chrissy and for our family. She's a fighter. She definitely is a fighter. But we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks.